The tragedy of Uighur children. Approximately 1.5 million children are being separated from their families and placed into state-run boarding schools as part of a coordinated state campaign to assimilate them into Han Chinese and create a new generation of Uighur who are totally removed from their roots. They cannot speak Uighur, do not believe in a religion, and cannot even see their parents for the rest of their lives. According to multiple sources, since 2017, more than 3 million Uighur adults have been detained into transformation camps, where China is attempting to re-educate them as part of the Han Chinese majority, wiping out their language, traditions, and culture, essentially assassinating their identity. What about the children? The mass detention has left countless children without their parents. So what is happening to them? From 2018, almost all major media started to report on the tragedy of Uyghurs. CNN, BBC, Washington Post, Associated Press, and Financial Times. Human Rights Watch reports say, Chinese authorities have detained countless children whose parents are detained or in exile in state-run child welfare institutions and boarding schools without parental consent or access. According to Chinese documents, since 2016, Chinese authorities have spent $1.2 billion on the building and upgrading of kindergartens in the Uighur South region. China have increased the number of children enrolled in boarding schools up to more than 500,000 in just 2017. 90% of them are Uighur children. As a result, the region's preschool enrollment level has gone from below the national average to the highest in China by far. The schools look like house-sized castles with bright marigold facade, orange turrets, and blue rooftops. Its entrance is blocked by an iron gate and a walled enclosure, lined with barbed wires and the words, "We are happy and grateful to the motherland." Shockingly, the youngest child in state custody is only 15 months old. What tragedy are these Uyghur children facing? Systematic campaign of social reengineering and cultural genocide. All evidence indicate that China is promoting its campaign to systematically remove Uyghur children from their roots. In those state-run orphanages, the Uyghur children are completely isolated, not only from their parents and home, but also from all Uyghur elements: language, Islamic faith, halal food, and culture, even from Uyghur music and songs. Researchers show that all children now find themselves in schools that are secured with hard isolation, closed management measures. Many of the schools bristle with full coverage surveillance systems, perimeter alarms, and 10,000-volt electric fences, with some school security spending surpassing that of the camps. They are forced to shout patriotic slogans, eat pork, speak Mandarin, renounce the religious beliefs and practices of their parents. They are forced to sing and dance to propaganda songs. They cannot see their parents anymore. In there, their teacher is Chinese, their food is Chinese, and their faith is communism. Why? China wants to wipe out Uyghur identity and assimilate young children into Han Chinese. In order to mask the cultural genocide, Chinese Communist Party used emotional languages such as care, love, and nurture to describe the state's facilities, to brainwash the children and call the facilities child welfare, bilingual schools, and institutions. German researcher Adrian Zenz said, Chinese government is attempting to raise a new generation, cut off from original roots, religious beliefs, and their own language. American anthropologist Darren Byler said, Uyghur children are being taught that Uyghur culture is backwards. Sophie Richardson said the Chinese government's forced separation of children is perhaps the cruelest element of its oppression in the Uyghur region. Testimonies. A Han Chinese volunteer teacher who worked at a rural primary school in the region posted testimony on Jiangxi Teachers College website, suggesting that the Uighur children were in a pitiful state, unwashed and wearing thin clothing in freezing temperatures. Many children are known to have gone missing, and the bodies of some found suggest they might have been targeted by organ harvesting. Around 100 Uighur parents who live overseas are interviewed by different media and expressed their same agony. "We are dying every day," Imin said. "We cannot see our kids. We cannot see our parents. This is an eternal torture."